Bueno, démosle a esta historia. Ahí como ven ya le he dado, entonces pues reiniciamos la historia. Iniciamos con este anime, entonces normal. Y ahí estamos.
Does the color of the sky mean anything special to you? It does to me. A hell of a lot. When I close my eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue. Pilots have been in my family for 4 generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the Ocean Air Defense the day my dad died in battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls and seeing it from the cockpit. Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Unmanned fighters are no longer a dream, it read. Pilots taking to the skies will soon be a distant memory.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack dab in the middle of the desert west of here, there's a bunch of planes from the last war. Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he wanted, no questions asked. That's how we got the parts to build our own plane. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw it. A prototype drone. It wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can with wings.
Laugh at it all you want, kid. But technology's always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
It took 6 years and 8 months to get that engine running. And it took us another 1.5 years after that to finally get the balance of the airframe just right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my Gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful. Then, finally, I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane could do was take off, accelerate, and fly up. Straight up, through the clouds, higher into the sky. Dark blue. I could almost touch it. Then I saw Osia's fighters. They were tailing something. A drone. They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at least. Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
Crap. You should have been wearing a vest with this piece of junk. Should have built a return too.
Iniciamos con el porno de aviones.
Settle down. I said settle down.
¿Quién explica la misión?
You have all been instrumental in helping to maintain peace in Usha as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force. Until today. Earlier, our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was approaching. Communication systems went down immediately afterwards. We are led to conclude that they have attacked the site. Here's your mission. It's possible that the Usian ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade. As of today, the Fort Grays Air Base Squadron of the IUPF has been put on high alert. All members who have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately. Find the unidentified craft, then use your weapons to round them up and force them to land. If the hostiles counterattack, then you will...
What the hell was that? There's smoke! We're under attack. Numerous unidentified aircraft confirmed overhead. What? How is that possible?
The tank farm to the north has been bombed.
Many injured.
Scramble! All units, take off and eliminate the unidentified craft attacking the base. This is not a drill.
Listo. Y estamos nosotros. Igual este es el tutorial. Vamos a hacerle con un avión pequeñito, no vamos a utilizar el... Creo que ese es ¿cuál es? Vámonos con este que creo que o es el A20. Digo el A10. No, este no, eso es... Creo que con este iniciábamos. No, creo que era con este. Iniciamos con este. Este es de agua. Este es el normal. Este en racimo. Este de acá. Ah, estos son los de TankDog3D. Es que yo tengo un DLC de TankDog3D. Igual es el tutorial.
Radar site still silent. Scramble. Get those birds in the sky. We're sitting ducks. What's happening? Bombers incoming. Don't know how many.
Let's clear that runway. We don't got all day here.
Mage Squadron, head to runway. Column Squadron, take off. Link to Skykeeper. Hurry, Mage Squadron. Trigger, your call sign is Mage 2. Verify and read back.
Bueno.
Mage 2, clear for takeoff. The situation is tight. It's a hell of a welcoming party, but we have faith in you. Good luck.
Control, do me a favor and get that bird in the air ASAP.
Hear that? Column Squadron and your wingmen are airborne. Take off and form up with Mage 1.
Aquí vamos. Este se puede. Este también tiene una opción para VR. Pronto, en algún momento lo usemos. Espera un segundo. No. Entonces, para cambio de armas. ¿Para qué era? El frenado.
This is the AWACS Skykeeper. Take down all unidentified bombers. They don't have many escorts. They hit our radars hard in the last attack. Expect the worst and stay sharp.
We'll go. Trigger, I'm your wingman. Fly with me now. That's what it means to be in an element. You gotta
Tengo
keep an
mira.
eye out for enemy bombers.
Destruido.
Confirmed down. Good job, Mage 2.
Y los otros son por acá.
Trigger, switch your radar. See if you can locate the enemy.
Ah, el triángulo creo que era el piloto automático. No, el piloto automático son con estos dos. Con los R y L. Uno.
They're way overhead. Let's go introduce ourselves.
Destruido. O le di nomás.
Fox 2, Fox 2. Target confirmed down. Looking good, Mage 2. Mage 2, target's in range. Pair of bombers.
Ya.
Trigger, stay calm. You got this. I know the kid's shown some promise, but let's
¿Qué se hizo?
remember, he's still barely got his
Ah.
feet wet.
Ya dale, con este muere la cámara. Perdón por hacer eso.
Trigger, don't forget your special weapon.
Este que está más cerca. Y lo volamos con un misil. Frenamos, frenamos, frenamos. Y otro misil por estos como bombarderos van a resistir. Ah, no. Mi madre me esquivó.
Knock him out with your special weapon. Use it when you need to.
Mage 2, target
Yo
down.
tengo recargado. Destruido. Y atrás de nosotros hay un.
Enemy bomber down. Nice going, Mage 2.
Not too shabby, Mage 2. You still got a long
Estoy
way to
forzando
go,
este
kid.
demasiado, pero. Ah, bueno, ya lo habían destruido.
One piece.
Bien, bien,
Sky
bien.
Trooper, this is Mage 1, over. Tally 2 bandits.
Copy that. It's a bomber and an escort.
Oh, there, Trigger, settle down. Mage 2, maintain your element with Mage 1. Do not break off. Mage 1, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid.
Ay, estoy tapando el mapa. Ahorita en la siguiente misión les cambio.
Copy that, Commander. I've got your 6 covered, sir.
Radio.
Golem, Mage, 2 new enemy groups. Target is down.
Attaboy, Trigger.
Ahí está el otro.
HQ, attention all combat groups. Are there any drones? Verify.
Drones? Are you kidding me right now? Jesus.
Ahí está.
This is the kind of shit that really chaps my ass. UAVs. I can't tell them apart.
Si no me he dado cuenta que estoy tapando el mapa. ¿Qué se le va a hacer? Ahorita lo cambiamos igual. Llamo a este que es prioridad. Ah, es un...
Enemy bomber hit, but still airborne. Finish
Es un supersónico. Un bombardero supersónico.
Mage 2, missile launch.
Don't let them destroy the harbor.
Hay varios también atrás.
Mage 2,
No son prioritarios, pero dan más puntos.
Hesitating for a split second could be the difference between life and
Ahí
death.
está.
Stay sharp, think fast.
Roger that.
Yo lo habían bajado mis compañeros, pero bueno. Cuatro bombarderos, creo. Sí, 4 bombarderos y 4 casas. Bueno, que mis compañeros se encarguen de los cazas. Me tengo que posicionar atrás para no pasarme.
Mage 2 splashed a bandit.
Vamos este otra vez también. Ahí está el otro bombardero.
Mage 2, keep your focus. You got this.
Esquivemos el misil. ¡Ay! ¡Ah, joder! Venía de frente.
To Gollum and Mage, job well done. All bombers are down. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. We're in the clear.
Se acabó la misión.
Good going, Mage 2. Flight commander looks like he's got with it.
Vamos a ver.
Let's slow down. It's just one sortie.
Sí, perfecto, ahí ya
Don't
queda.
try to be a hero. I want you to make it back in one piece, you hear?
Yeah, I gotta side with the boss man on this.
Column Squadron, this is HQ. Did you confirm any drones?
What's the deal with all the drones?
Column 1, return to base and report for debriefing.
Te nos explican por qué están saliendo tantos drones y eso. Esa es como la Unión Europea. No me acuerdo, había uno que era como Rusia. Bueno, esto es como la repetición de de la misión y eso. Lo bueno es que uno puede cambiar de cámara y ve todo bonito.
We are currently
También repite la esta, pero no es necesario.
Many wars are lost by failing to recover from the opening blows. That means successfully retaliating was very important. You may have
Igual no creo que sea tan necesario escuchar esa información. ¿Dónde las vamos a saltar? Siguiente misión.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on, I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Erusia, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Erusia, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Erusian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Erusia was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Erusians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Erusia, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer. In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
Princess Rosa Cassette Delise of the Kingdom of Erusia. Today, Osean airstrikes have shattered the lives of countless Erusians. Their attacks practically leveled the school I went to. It is heartbreaking.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Usian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out, and set the dogs on me.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Osean Federation and all countries on the Usian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces.
Eso, esos son los
Forces
rusos.
aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Usia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advanced element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the road.
Ah, me trae recuerdos esta misión. Hay una más adelante que es complicadísima.
However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Eso. ¿No tengo seleccionado el juego o qué? Ah, se me acaba sin baterías el pinche control y ni me he dado cuenta. Listo, ahora sí. Nos toca con algo que podamos utilizar. Este es el TankDog F14. Pero seguimos con el F10. No. Pasemos al TankDog de una vez para verlo bien. Y este tiene misiles especiales, entonces vamos a utilizar estos misiles para destruir los tanques. Hola Mari, ¿cómo estás?
Target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
Ya este avión es muy bacano.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Estos son los especiales, creo.
Visual on the anti-air radar vehicles. They should be close. Yep.
Así sí le da. Pero necesito destruir esos de arriba. Sí, más rápido. No es que este ya es un avión decente, no como este que teníamos hace rato. ¿Si le da o...? Así. Dijo, madre, me desvió. Ahí está. Listo, librados. Eliminemos el otro para tener más puntos. Igual hay que tener en cuenta que las misiones tienen... ¿Cómo se llama? Tienen tiempo. Pues tampoco es que podamos destruirlo a todos. ¿Misil? ¿De dónde? Son varios. Ah, de un avión. Ah, son helicópteros. Es como lejos, ¿no? Ah. Un poco. Ay. Me quedo sin velocidad. Sigamos, sigamos. Prioridad, prioridad. Salieron objetivos los aviones. Listo. ¿Sí? Mira los bombarderos. No le di. Y están duros esos aviones. Hostia. Hey. Espérate, ese misil. Que se me vuela. Se me vuela, que me vuela. Ah, se me voló.
What happened? Status report. Multiple bogeys on radar. They're close. Wait, they're being launched. You're clear to engage. They're probably hostile.
Drones. Estos son un poquito complicados. Hay que acostumbrarse un poquito al movimiento. Ahí le di. Destruido. Y acá hay un... Está lejos. Vámonos de él igual, que nos da puntos. Y vamos porque la misión... Bueno, son 18 minutos. Igual estos no son tan fáciles de matar. Es que son muy pequeños. Joder, se va a poner a... Destruido. Y con balas, que no es lo mismo.
Collins Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go.
Casi me meten las nubes.
Anyone who takes down an enemy.
There's a bar I want to try.
You're doing good.
Que las nubes a veces desvían los misiles.
Just 2 more.
Crap. The aircraft is icing up. I'm getting a warning.
Get out of the clouds. The ice will melt.
Como ahí.
Don't ice up in there. One to go. Let's get
No,
through this.
se destruyó. No sé si le di, creo que no. ¿Qué más, Juli? ¿Cómo vamos? ¿Qué te cuentas? Me estoy quitando las ansias de Armor Core mientras sale. No le di, imposible.
Missile evaded.
Where'd he go?
No, es que aquí es difícil. Saliera. Y no lo alcanzo, que es lo peor.
Careful of ice formation in the clouds. Missile launched.
Eso.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know.
Ya que está Mari por ahí, yo le mostré unas fotos de tus gatos a Mari y Juli.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days. You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
Current target.
Mira, resumen de la misión otra vez.
You've given us air superior.
Ah, a ver. No tenía esa medalla.